Hi, it's Jamie from Guildbrook Farm, and we're going to talk about 3 easy things you can do to start prepping today. Now, when most people think about prepping, they think about the extreme end of prepping, people who are preparing for, say, the apocalypse or World War III or some major cataclysmic event like major earthquakes in California or even the Wyoming caldera. But there are actually more common everyday things that you should be preparing for right now. And those things include things such as job loss, such as injury, emergencies that could happen in your family, and even just regular everyday storms, yearly storms that might happen, such as flooding or snowstorms, blizzards, that kind of thing that could take your power out. So we're going to talk about 3 basic things that you can do to start preparing today. All right, so the very first thing I recommend that everybody does is that they have at least a week or 2 worth of food in reserve. Now, this is not going to be food that you buy and set aside and you never use. This is going to be a working pantry that you are constantly working through on a regular weekly basis, and you just replenish that stock as you go through it. Now, the reason that you want to have food and water in particular, and your water doesn't have to be water bottles, it can just be jugs of water. But the reason that you want to have food and water is in case of some sort of event, such as, say you get the flu, say your whole family comes down with the flu and you can't get to the grocery store because you're too sick to get to the grocery store. You have a pantry of food that enables you to stay home so you don't have to leave the house. Say, for example, your paycheck is delayed and you can't afford to go to the grocery store and go get food. You have your pantry that you can fall back on in an event such as that. So there are many reasons that you should have some sort of food. Even something as simple as a winter storm and you can't get out of your driveway, maybe the roads are too icy, you can't get out, having some sort of pantry of food will help you in that situation as well. And I have a lot of people that say, hey guys, I just can't do it. I can't afford to buy the extra week or 2's worth of food, or week or 2 worth of food. What do I do in that situation? Well, this is just as important as putting away any kind of money towards some sort of life-threatening emergency or even some sort of retirement fund. Having this is actually probably going to be more practical in the short run than something such as a retirement anyway. However you need to come up with that money, if you need to temporarily take on an extra job, do some extra chores for someone, a neighbor, or sell something to get that extra week or 2 worth of food, it's well going to be worth your time to have it, just to have that security for those emergency situations. The second thing that you can do to prepare for everyday events is making sure that you have a full gas tank. I personally never let my gas tank drop below half a tank. Now, why in the world would you want to do something like that? Well, let me tell you a couple examples that happened to me where I relied on this gas tank. The first one would be, I was living in Jacksonville, Florida when Floyd came in. They evacuated Jacksonville, and what's the first thing that happened? Everybody hit up the gas tanks. Everybody ran out of gas. If there is some sort of event where you need to be evacuated, whether it be for something such as an earthquake or a hurricane or a fire, you don't want to have to stop in and have to get gas. And if you do, you're going to find that either the gas tanks, the local gas tanks are out of gas, or there's going to be ridiculously long lines. Another thing that happened is an emergency. You get that phone call in the middle of the night that one of your relatives or friends is in the hospital and you need to make that drive to the hospital. Or maybe somebody in your own house needs to be run to the emergency room, or you need to follow behind an ambulance. You don't want to have to stop in and fill up your gas tank while in the middle of that emergency. So having your gas tank full will prevent those situations and ensure peace of mind. The third thing that you can do to prepare for everyday events is changing your eating habits and living a healthier lifestyle. Now, I always go by the saying, an ounce of prevention is worth more than a pound of cure. You can go out and buy tons of blood clotting agents and have a big medical supply at home and all kinds of antibiotics and whatnot. And a lot of preppers do, and there's a good reason for doing that. But on a regular, everyday, practical basis, by eating a healthier diet, maintaining a healthy lifestyle, exercising regularly, cutting down on smoking, on drinking, those kinds of things are going to help you in the long run by preventing all of the issues that could arise from having an unhealthy lifestyle. It's going to prevent you from having to go to the doctor in the first place. And it's really simple to do if you guys have the motivation to do it. I think a lot of people get overwhelmed with the whole prepping world. They want to get into it, they want to start, but they really just don't know where to begin. They get lost in all of the different products out there, all of the gadgets and bug out bags and all the different things that a lot of preppers do. And these are just real 3 basic things that you can do starting right now that would really have long-term effects for almost any situation you could possibly ever get in. If you guys are currently prepping, what do you guys think? Do you guys agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Leave your comments down below. And if you guys aren't currently prepping, do you guys think this is something that you could or would do? I want to hear from you guys. Leave those comments down below. If you guys like this kind of stuff, like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.